Hello, Advanced AP Online students. My name is Jill Carr, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and I wanted to take a little bit of time right now to kind of go through our online course and how it's laid out. A lot of us are visual learners, and I think it's helpful to watch a brief video about how to navigate around Blackboard. So on the left-hand side here is all the information that you're going to need for the class. So we look at announcements. Anytime I want to just give you an update about the class, maybe talk about some concern someone has, or if something isn't working correctly, I can always communicate with you this way. So I will go in and make an announcement. And when I make an announcement here, it also generates an email to every student in the class. So sometimes I'll get an email from more than one student saying they had a question on number 5 of the quiz or something like that. Rather than respond to all 5 of those emails with the same information, I'll go onto the announcements page and I'll type an announcement there so all students get that response, and then it will also come in your email. So if you don't get an individual response from me on something, then don't feel like I didn't respond. It's just that there were more than one person that maybe was commenting on something and I wanted to reply to the whole group. So this is the announcements page. Be sure you're always checking this when you get into Blackboard, just to see if there's any updates on any assignments. So that's where that is, and this is just a little introductory paragraph about our class. You can read that separately. So all of the information you need for the class, the quizzes, where all the points are, is under the assignments tab. So if I click on assignments, there's a syllabus quiz, and that's your first responsibility, is to take this syllabus quiz to show that you've read the syllabus and you understand everything in it. And if you score 100% on that syllabus quiz, then the first learning folder will appear. So right now there's nothing here. There's just the syllabus quiz, a little statement I made about how to submit worksheets and documents on Blackboard, and then how to download Respondus for online quizzing. So, but once you take the syllabus quiz and get 100%, you're going to see your first learning module or learning folder show up. So I'll just take this off of student view and put it on instructor view, and you can see what it looks like. So here's our first folder that's going to appear once you take the syllabus quiz. And if I click on that, well, first of all, you can look underneath and see all the responsibilities that are in this folder that are worth points, and when they're due, day and time, so there's no confusion about what's due when. And this is always consistent. We're always going to have lecture and lab homework due on Mondays, lab worksheets due on Monday, lab quiz due on Tuesday, lecture quiz on Wednesday. So that's a repeating pattern throughout the course, and I'll be updating the dates as we move along from fall to spring semester. So this is your first content folder, and you can see the information here of what you're responsible for this first week. And then if I click on this folder, I can see separately the 2 different things that you have to find information in. There's the lecture folder and the lab folder. And this matches what we're studying in the face-to-face classes as well. So if I click on the lecture folder here, I can see that there is a quiz that you're going to take, but that quiz is not visible to you. So if I take it and put it at student view, that quiz won't become available until Friday. I really like people to watch the lecture videos. I'd like you to, look at any worksheets I have out there, go to your Mastering Pearson website and do the homework out there. Work on that kind of material before Friday of that week, and then the quiz will show up. So this kind of forces you to review some of the material and actually learn it before you jump right to the quiz. And I'll talk about the mastering assignments here in just a minute. So going back to our week 1 folder, there's our lab folder. Click on that. There's a lab quiz that will appear on Friday. There's some lab objectives for you to review. There's also a PowerPoint to look at. And then there's my videos that you can watch that are that cover the content for the lab worksheets. So there's lab worksheets here to fill out, and I do provide answer keys to those lab worksheets after the due date. So let's click on a worksheet. So here's the lab worksheet for this week. You're going to print that off, fill it out, take a picture of it with your phone, or you can scan it. But if you take a picture with your phone, you have to email that picture to yourself download it onto your computer, and put it into a Word document or save it as a PDF. I can only accept these worksheets as a Word document or a PDF. I cannot give credit for any other format for these files because Blackboard will not upload them and allow me to see them through the Blackboard Grading Center. So it has to be a PDF or a Word doc. And sometimes students struggle with that, remembering that throughout the course, and I get a lot of different file formats, and I simply can't grade those, and students don't receive any credit for those. So please take the time to submit it as a PDF or a Word doc or a DocX. That's the more modern Word doc format. That works as well. But it has to be in that format so I can actually see it and make sure that you're putting down the right information. And then once that due date for these worksheets has passed, there will be an answer key to those worksheets. That way you can review the worksheets as you're studying for the quiz. So we go back to the folder here. So there's videos to learn the material, and then the lab worksheets after you've done that. It's really, really important that you watch the videos. Some students bypass the videos and go right to the worksheets, and then they're lost, and they take the quiz and they fail the quizzes. Those that watch the videos do well on the quizzes. And if you take notes in your lab packet that you purchase in the bookstore, you're going to have a hard copy of material to study as you're watching the videos, and you're taking notes on that and highlighting in your lab packet. You're not going to have any problem. And most students get a B or an A in this class. Sometimes I hear on my evaluations some rumors out there that students don't do very well in the class, but if you'd like to stop by at any time, I'd be more than happy to share with you the averages and the data that we have on the class, that most students do very well. So, but there are, always those students who struggle, and, for whatever reason or another, that's perfectly fine. Just keep working hard, but don't be discouraged by listening to people that don't have accurate information about the class. So watch the videos, fill out the lab worksheets, and then you're going to submit those lab worksheets here. You'll see a special tab that says Submit Here. You click on that, and then you just submit your worksheet. So you'll save it to your computer, and then you submit it that way. And it's worth 2 points. These worksheets aren't worth a lot. It's just mostly for your review and, just giving you a chance to review the material and get ready for that quiz. So that's what that is. And then if I go here, this is the online Pearson mastering assignments that came with your access code with your textbook. And if you don't have an access code in your textbook, then you'll need to purchase one online at the Pearson website, or I think they have the access codes in the bookstore if you need to apply it to your financial aid. But you click on this, and that takes you to the Pearson website, and you can begin the homework. So I do have a class that's linked to our Blackboard site. So here's all the homework for the semester. They appear at different times, so you're not going to see the whole list show up. You're going to only see the ones that are visible. So right now, if I look at my list here, these are not visible to you. They are to me, but this is the first one you're going to see. And then the other ones will become available starting on Monday, it looks like, or Sunday. I have them appearing on Sunday. So this is homework for you. This is not something that I expect you to go after and know all the answers. This is homework. This is how you learn. So you watch the videos, you take notes, and then you do this homework, and you're looking in your textbook, and you're looking in the notes, and working through this homework as a way to learn. So don't be discouraged if it's difficult or you feel like you have to look up all the answers. That's what this homework is for, is to get you looking at the material and engaging it a little bit more in detail rather than just passively watching videos. So there is a reason for the homework. It's for you to learn, because you don't have that face-to-face interaction that you would in an actual brick and mortar class. Okay, so we go back to that, go back to here. So that's the mastering assignments, and this is just an interactive tutorial that works you through the lab material, helping you again prepare for that lab quiz. So every week you're going to have a lab quiz, you're going to have lab homework out at mastering, and you're going to have a lab worksheet to submit. And I might put extra review things in here, but this is not graded. This particular interactive lab is not graded. It's just kind of like a study guide to get you ready for the lab exam. But what's graded every week is the quiz, the worksheets, and the mastering homework. All right, let's go back to assignments here then. So you have to be sure that you don't use formats that are not workable with Blackboard, and that's JPEG, PNG, Keynote, or Prezi files. Those do not open up in Blackboard for me to grade, so I can't use those, and you won't get points for those. Please use these formats only. And also, to take the quizzes, you have to download Respondus. So when you get on your Blackboard page to sign in, if you look at the bottom, there's a little link here called Respondus. I put a red arrow pointing to it there. You want to click on that and download that onto your computer. That will allow you to take the quizzes at home. We used to have people go and take proctored quizzes, but with Respondus and the understanding that people aren't going to be looking up on Google or searching in their book for all the answers, we're allowing people to test at home. So make sure you download Respondus onto your computer and that you click on that link. You're going to get a little padlock that appears on your desktop. You need to click on that to access Blackboard and then go and take an online quiz. So that's required for everybody to test at home for those lab and lecture quizzes. So that pretty much sums everything up under this tab, the assignments tab. Then the contact information, I have to fill that out yet. I'll just put my office number and telephone in there and my office hours. And then this is the most important thing. You want to start here. That's why I put start here. Syllabus. Here's your syllabus. It has all the information about our class. So if I click on that, open it up, I can see the title of the course, the competencies and expectations for the class, and all the assignments. Pretty much just lays out the class. So if you have questions, you need to read it rather than hear it. You want to look here. This has all the information about our class. I would definitely print this off and keep this in a binder with your PowerPoint notes so you have it handy and there's no confusion. You have all the information right at your fingertips. I've taken a lot of online classes myself personally. I earned my nursing degree mostly online, except for the clinicals, of course. And I found, organization was key, and having a binder with everything in one spot was really important for staying on top of things. So you can see your grade is a weighted grade, that 80% of the grade are those lab and lecture quizzes, and then the other 20% is homework and the assignments. So like the diet report, immunity poster, lab worksheets, all that. So 10% is the Pearson work, another 10% are those written assignments, and then 80% are the lab and lecture quizzes. So those lab and lecture quizzes are really important. You want to make sure that you're understanding the concepts, you're watching the videos, you're taking good notes, and you're preparing for those. Don't wait until the last minute, because students don't do very well when they're taking it the hour before it's due. They're feeling rushed and they probably haven't done the proper studying to prepare. Here's the grading scale. You need a 70% to get a C and apply this course to your program, so be sure you're watching your grade carefully and not hovering at the 70%. That's kind of a dangerous place to hover because people can dip below that pretty quickly. So just keep looking at that and keep working hard. Seek out the help of a tutor if necessary. It's highly recommended that you print our entire lab and lecture packet to begin the course. Don't try to print it off piecemeal, because then you have kind of a big mess and it's hard to keep track of everything. So if we go back to our class here, under the syllabus tab, I have a link to all the lecture notes. So right here has all the lecture notes for the entire class, and I recommend that people download it and then print it as the directions state here. And what a lot of people like to do is go down to Digicopy in La Crosse and they'll print it for you, and I think it's like $20 to print the whole semester's worth of information off, and that's a pretty good deal because it's going to save on your ink and it's going to keep you organized. So it's really, really important you print off this notes packet. And also all the lab worksheets. If you click on this, all the lab worksheets for the class are listed in this link, so you can print those off, save them to your computer, and print them off as necessary. But I also include them in the folders. So if you want to print them off all at once and have them at your fingertips, again, you can do that by printing that here and taking that over to Digicopy to print. So a 3-ring binder with all of these notes tucked in there and ready to go, ready to take notes on as you watch the videos, is really the key to success. And I get a lot of good feedback from students about the class, that they say it's well organized and they print off the notes and they do well. But then again, I have other students that don't print off the notes and tell me that no notes were available, which they're right here, but maybe they missed this and didn't watch the introductory video, so they missed out on that opportunity to take good notes on a printed packet. So this class can be like an online or face-to-face class, one and the same, if you use the resources accordingly. You'll find that my videos have been recorded while I was teaching in class. I found that to be more authentic, and I could pace my teaching better by recording it in front of a live class, so you could feel part of a larger group rather than me just talking to the computer. So hopefully you appreciate that. And I am excited to offer this class again. I'll be teaching it again this summer, and then I'm passing it off to another instructor. We like to trade the classes around, so I will not be teaching it in the fall. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. The big thing you need to get done this week is to get that Pearson access code up and running. And the information for how to do that is in this link right here. If I click on this, I can see step by step what I need to do to get on the Pearson website, but you have to make sure you do it through your Blackboard course. Don't go right to the Pearson website. So I'm in my Blackboard course. You can click right on this link, and this will take you to the class that's been linked to our Blackboard site. So you can just go to any one of these links, probably just right here would be good. Then you can get in there and sign up for our class. So you do not need a course ID. You typically can just register right through our class as long as you click on that link. So you can do that under the Syllabus tab, or right here. You can do it here under the Syllabus tab, or you can do it under the Tools menu and go right here. Either way is acceptable, but you want to get on that Pearson website and get signed up. I think it's about $60 for the access code by itself. If you already have a hardcover textbook, maybe a used textbook, that's the cheapest way to go. Otherwise, you can buy the whole bundle in the bookstore. They'll give you the textbook and the access code. Or you can buy the e-text and the access code and not have a hard copy book. I don't recommend that. I think it's difficult in a hard class like Advanced A&P to not have a hard copy of a textbook to page through and highlight and work with. So I recommend that you get a book. Even if it's a used, an older used version, that's better than having only e-text. It gets a little difficult to move around those textbooks, in my opinion, as an online user. All right, that concludes my introductory video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I try to get back to people within 48 hours, but it depends on the day and the time of when you first email me. I don't check my emails after 5 o'clock because I have family time and I coach sports with my kids, and my kids are in sports. And then I teach in the mornings until 3 in the afternoon. So I have little bits of time here and there, but it is difficult for me being an online teacher and a face-to-face teacher because I'm not on the computer much during the day because I'm in my face-to-face classes teaching. So it is a struggle for me at times to return emails, but just keep bugging me and I will definitely return your email. So just don't let the email get lost. Just keep emailing me, and I will try my hardest to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I do check my phone email and try to get back to people that way as well, but it just depends on the timing of things. If you email them in the evening and then I teach the whole next day, I might not get back to you until the next evening or even the next business day. So we'll work together on that. So again, welcome, and we'll see you online.